This is Miss Rachel with another First Chapter Friday. Today we're going to be looking at Listen Slowly by Thanhha. I love this book. It's about a girl named May, and she's 12 years old, and she's really looking forward to summer vacation so she doesn't have to worry about grades and like performing well. She just wants to relax with her friends. But her parents tell her that they are busy and that she has to accompany her grandmother to Vietnam, which she's never been to Vietnam before, because her grandmother thinks that her husband, so the grandfather, is still alive all the way from the Vietnam War, and she wants to go looking for him. So Mai thinks she's a little crazy. She doesn't know the customs or the language of Vietnam, and she wants to stay home. So this is kind of about her adventure at Vietnam, learning more about her roots and the story behind her grandfather. And it's really great because if you listen to the audiobook has like Vietnamese words in it, and the way that they pronounce stuff sounds so cool. And she's super sassy and funny, so this book is hilarious. So this is read with permission from HarperCollins. This book is available on our Hoopla app, but you can also get the paper copy. Chapter 1. I whip my head toward the airplane window as soon as Dad scoots into my row. There's nothing to see except clouds and more clouds, but anything is better than looking at his fakey sorry to do this to you face. Dad is waiting for me to turn towards him. Yeah, right. One little glance would encourage another diatribe about connecting with my roots. They're his roots, not mine. I'm a Laguna Beach girl who can paddleboard one-legged and live on fish tacos and mango smoothies. My parents should be thanking the Buddha for a daughter like me, a no lip gloss, no short sleeves, 12-year-old rocking a 4.0 GPA and an SAT-ish vocab who is team leader in track, science, and chess. I should at least be able to spend the summer resting my brain at the beach. Instead, I get shoved on this pre-dawn flight. My parents slapped me with the news just last night when I was floaty and happy because 6th grade was finally over. I was thinking summer vacation, sunsets, bonfires, but no. With buggy eyes and stretchy smiles, they cooed out the news that I get to escort Ba, Dad's mom, back to Vietnam for 6 whole weeks. Ba needs you, Dad said when I complained. Dad goes to Vietnam every summer already, but he'll be too busy hiking towards the most remote mountain top to set up a one-man surgical clinic to fix cleft palates and acute burns. I hinted that perhaps he could skip this year, but Dr. Do-Gooder shriveled me with facts. Apparently, the kids with hand burns suffer excruciating pain and can't extend their fingers because the skin has shrunk. The ones with holes in the roofs of their mouths live with food and water gushing out their noses. Dr. Do-Gooder always has more demand than he can handle, so at the end of each trip, he holds a lottery to pick the next set of patients who spend a year anticipating his return. Every June, the chosen kids and their extended families travel for days to reach his clinic, forsaking their crops and animals. Surely, I cannot expect him to disappoint them. Guilt. Very big in my family. Then it was Mom's turn. She too talked about roots and blood, then continued ad nauseum about accepting what's embedded inside one's soul, blah, 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 before letting it drop that much. To her regret, she can't go to Vietnam at all. Something about a trial she's waited 3 years to prosecute. She's known for always taking on the most brutal crimes against women. Halo, halo. This is the summer I've been waiting for my whole life. At 12, I'm finally old enough to take the shuttle to the beach without an adult sticking to me. My best friend Montana and I already got our hair highlighted and bought new swimming suits. Hers a bikini with a pink bow smack on her butt, and mine a padded tankini because I have a boy's body. I wouldn't care, except Montana thinks not having boobs is like not having hair. She's very proud of hers, but that's like being proud of a sunny day in Southern California. As if she did anything to make it happen. I tried really hard to counter-argue with Mom that I too must stay in Laguna. I too must see a project through, but how can I go up against Orange County's golden prosecutor? It didn't help that I had to be vague because I died before confessing there's this boy. I can't even think about him or I'll explode with anxiety. I noticed him as soon as he went on and on about this poem in class, And after that, my stomach flipped like a dryer every time he was around. He does have these curls at his shoulders, as if that explains anything. I know he's going to hang at Anita, that's a beach, all summer, and I promised myself I would start a real conversation and actually look at him. I never said his name out loud, and certainly not to Montana. She has a very bad habit of liking the boys others like first, and those boys have a very bad habit of liking her back. After I got nowhere with my parents, I screamed and stomped to my room and slammed the door and threw books against the wall. That last part killed me. I love books. All that drama did nothing. I'm on a plane. Dad takes my chin, twists my face towards his, and forces eye contact. I know we're asking a lot of you, but think beyond yourself for just a little while. I get that my preteen anxieties can't compare with Ba's classic suffering. After all, she lost her husband in the war, which I always think of in all caps. Still, selfish or not, I'm going home as soon as I can maneuver around the sad saga of Ba. If you think of Ba, you automatically think about Ong, my grandfather. The two always go together. Ong Ba did this. Ong Ba did that. Like saying mom, dad. Ong was missing in action, so Ba raised 7 children on her own. She got them here, pushed them through school, ended up with a doctor, 4 engineers, a professor, and an accountant. She never asked for anything. Still, my parents and uncles and aunts keep giving her everything. Sweaters, bathrobes, soft house shoes, comfy walking shoes, heater, fan, scented lotion, unscented lotion, big screen TV because her eyes are failing, back to small screen TV because the big screen made her dizzy, endless. It's hard to believe that Ba would insist on anything, much less on a trip all the way across the world. She has lived with us forever, and I never known her to ask for so much as a glass of water. She hand sews her own clothes, always brown, always cool and soft, washes them in the bathroom sink, dries them in the bathtub, cooks her own rice and tofu and greens, puts them in cute glass containers stacked in the square refrigerator in her sitting room, where she has a tiny toaster oven and a 1-cup rice cooker. She rarely leaves her corner of the house. May, try to understand that this trip is for you, too, to see where you're from. Ugh! I scream into the airline pillow, but immediately throw it down. I'm sure it's infested with lice and stuff. My scream got to get Dad. He is batting his eyes so fast you think a bunch of gnats just flew into his eyeballs. Holding in anger, he's squeezing his voice through clenched teeth. Ba has personal reasons to return home this summer. What's so important? All her children and grandchildren are in California. Her life is there. My life is there. I'm loud, but don't care. Ba has had questions for decades. Be with her as she finally accepts. I thought she already did, but that quack calling himself a detective wrote her. I seriously doubt it's possible, but what are you talking about? What quack detective? I still don't get why we have to go to Vietnam. Dad hisses. Ba thinks Ong might be alive. That's why. So I hope you continue to read this book. Thank you.